As we can see from what we were speaking about last week, the 70 years are almost up. In chapter 7, we can see that the Israelites came to Zechariah and asked him, is it time for us to stop mourning? Is it time for us to finally build the kingdom? Is the Messiah really coming back? And they started asking all these questions to Zechariah, and they were looking for an answer because they were focused on the old temple that got destroyed. They're not looking at what God has for them in the future. So they came up to Zechariah and they started asking all these questions. In chapter 8, Zechariah answered them like this: only if you are faithful to the covenant. But then he switched up the question on them. He said, are you the people willing to be in God's kingdom and work what he has planned? Better yet, will you become the people to participate in his new kingdom? Now, how's this relating to us? Well, let me see how I could put this. When we are Christians and when we are followers, we expect God to bless us and give us things and, make us happy because we're following him and we're doing his duties, right? So we expect it, but that's not what it really is to be a Christian. But that's not really what it is to be a real Christian. A real Christian doesn't expect things to be done for them. A real Christian is a person that does things and has faith that God is going to provide at his time. And at his time is the perfect time for us to be blessed, or he will give us something that we need at the moment, not the things that we want. I'm going to use my daughter as an example. My daughter's 2 years old. And if my daughter could count to 10 without skipping a number, that is amazing. That would be great. And her expectation of me is to praise her whenever she does that. But now, I could give my daughter the world. I could give her everything and anything that's in this world. I could give her the world in a silver platter. But I'm not going to expect her to, praise me or give me something because I gave her all this. No. I already know that my daughter loves me. And if she gives me a hug, hey, great. If she doesn't, that's fine, because inside I already know that she loves me. Even though I gave her everything, she didn't give me nothing back. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to receive something later on. Or doesn't mean that I'm not going to feel loved because I wasn't told or said anything. So how could I bring this back to us? We shouldn't be doing something to expect something. We shouldn't be being Christians, so-called, because we're expecting for God to bless us in the future. There's so many stories in the Bible where people live their lives running away from people, being tortured, being killed. Jesus died on the cross in front of a bunch of people, and all he did was heal people. So we can't be living our lives as Christians expecting to live some type of way right now. Some of these people will live poor until they were dead, and then they were in heaven. What am I trying to say? Live your life as God intended you to live it. He will bless you when it's time, and he will bless you on something that you're gonna need. Just like Zechariah asked these people, are you willing to participate in God's kingdom? That question is to us too. Are we willing to participate? Are we willing to help build the new Jerusalem? Are we willing to sacrifice whatever we need to sacrifice? Are we willing to give up whatever we need to give up? Are we willing to give everything we have to make this kingdom work? If you are, keep following Christ. Keep believing, even in these hard times, even in these tough times. Just keep believing in Christ. It's not the easiest thing to do, but if it was easy, everybody would do it.